Hello everyone, it is me, yours truly, and I'm bringing you guys my 5 things that I want to see in NBA 2K16. And it is around the corner. It is almost here, about 3 or 4 weeks away, and I just want to get this out so like you guys can hear my opinion on it. And the top 5 things that I'm gonna say, they're my opinion and the things I want to see. It's nothing too detailed or deep into it. It's just like the little things, because to me, little things can really make a game. So here we go. Number 1, custom rosters. Custom rosters were on the last generations of NBA 2K games, which was for the PS3 and Xbox 360, but they didn't bring it over for the PS4 and Xbox One. Now, before I get into it, let me explain. Say I wanted Kobe Bryant to be a dominant player in my career. Well, NBA 2K just recently announced that Kobe's overall in 2K16 will be an 85. And with that overall, he's definitely going to be averaging 19 points per game like he's been doing in the last 3 2K games. So for my player, say I wanted Kobe to average 30 points per game with like 10 assists. So what I'll do is, I'll go to create a roster, and I will boost Kobe's overall all the way up to at least a 95, boosting up his attributes, and I'll boost up his scoring tendencies, and I'll boost up his passing tendencies so he can get like 40 points and 10 assists. So after that, say I wanted Derrick Rose to come to the Lakers, so I trade Julius Randle for Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose is on the Lakers now, and I wanted Derrick Rose and Kobe to be on the Lakers for my career. So then what I do is I'd save that roster, I'd give it a name like my career roster, and after I save that roster, I'll load that roster up, and then that'll be my default roster that I'll be using every time I load up NBA 2K16. So when I load up 2K16, Derrick Rose and Kobe will automatically be on the Lakers, and Kobe will have that 95 overall. So then when I start my player, Kobe will have a 95 overall, and he's dominating the NBA with 30 points, and Derrick Rose will be on the Lakers as well. If you guys get what I'm saying, that's basically what I want, because you know, it can be fun. Like, say you don't want LeBron on the Cleveland Cavaliers when you start up your my player. Say you want LeBron to be on the Utah Jazz, or for him to be on the Miami Heat again with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Maybe even add Chris Paul over there so they can have a legitimate point guard. And that's just what I want. I really hope they bring that back in 2K16, because it's really fun, and you can really open up the creativity and even add creative players in that too. So on to the next one. At number 2, gear and customization. Now 2K has some good gear that they have, but I feel like one thing 2K loses at is like with the customization when it comes to gear, like arm sleeves and knee pads. I feel like EA definitely has the upper hand on that one, because they add so much gear and the variety. And like 2K, when it comes to like my career, like we couldn't even add compression pants to our my players for 2K15, but it was in the game for any other created player, or even if you wanted it to add it to a already NBA player, if you get what I'm saying. So anyways, I want to see 2K with like mouthpieces. The only people I've seen wearing mouthpieces on 2K16 so far was LeBron and Stephen Curry. I'm really hoping that you can add mouthpieces to any player, even your own creative player if you want to. So mouthpieces, and you can either have a see-through mouthpiece, or a black mouthpiece, or a red mouthpiece. Whichever team you're on, you know you want to have the same color of your mouthpiece as the jerseys. Also have face masks, just like Russell Westbrook had when, you know, he hurt himself and he was wearing a face mask, you know, and like have calf pads, and just all that type of stuff, you know. Just have different types of gear. So like their sleeves, like have more variations of a sleeve, you know, if you guys get what I'm saying. Like that's probably as best as I can put it. So on to the next one. At number 3, crowd reactions. Now in 2K15, I thought the crowds were really going to be good, but they weren't, because there'd be sometimes when I'm in the playoffs on 2K15 and I'm thinking the crowd's gonna go wild when I hit a big shot, but they don't. You know, it's really quiet. But I know they really did improve on their crowd reactions for 2K16, but I really want to see the crowd get louder and them jumping on their feet after game winner. I noticed that on the 2K trailer, but I just want them to be really loud, especially when it's the playoffs. I want them to get really loud, you know, when it's probably like the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter in a game and it's a close game and all that type of stuff, especially, you know, when you dunk on somebody or when you make somebody fall and then or throw a flashy pass, just stuff like that. So that's definitely something I want to see in 2K16. Number 4, my career. Alright, so my career, I'm really excited for this one because, you know, Spike Lee had a huge part in this, and the storyline, it should be really good. You know, all of the things that happen in life that's gonna take place in your My Career, so I'm really excited for it. But, you know, I want the cutscenes to have like a meaning, and, you know, the cutscenes to not just be like 10-second cutscenes and then that's it. If it's gonna be a cutscene, at least make it, you know, 2 to 5 minutes or something. I know it's a basketball game, but you know, when you're playing your My Career, just playing basketball can get boring. So I want there to be at least 2 to 5 minute cutscenes, and I don't want repetitive cutscenes, and I want like a lot of cutscenes. Not only that, that was just the cutscene part, but I also want, you know, your My Career, once the season is over, I just don't want him playing video games until the next season comes. I want your My Player, you know, maybe have a part where your My Player is going to go work out in the off season. Maybe have your player play for, I don't know, at a different league while the NBA is not taking place, like, or have your player play overseas while the off season is going on, because you just don't want to have your player, you know, just play games all off season. And you know, you get excited for the off season sometimes in your My Career to see where your options are, but you just don't want to play the NBA. You want to like have a different experience over the off season, if you guys get what I'm saying. You just don't want to play NBA games. Maybe you want to, you know, play overseas or play on the Olympic team or Team USA or whatever, so, and stuff like that. So at number 5, gameplay. Now, I know this is something that can be talked about a lot, because I just want to see more fluid gameplay in 2K16, and I just don't want anything like throwing turnovers out of a double team, because you can have the highest passing rating in the game. You can have a 99 passing rating, and you'll throw a pass out of the double team, and it'll be a turnover. I know it can be hard to get a pass out of a double team, but you shouldn't throw it over your teammates' heads every time. It's probably like a 90% chance of that happening. Also, them calling a traveling violation on you or a double dribble when you're dribbling out of a double team when you never even picked up your dribble. And also, like, you know, when you throw a lob in the computer, when they stop the lob, they just smack it out of the air, but they smack it so far. Well, I guess there's nothing really wrong with that, but you know, when you play at the park, it seems like lobs are unstoppable. I guess it's because you don't have the computer on your team, and, you know, just stuff like that. So it's just the little things that 2K needs to fix, and I think that they'll have a good game. So I really hope that they put these 5 things that I want in 2K16 in there, because if they do, I'll definitely be playing that game a lot. So this was the 5 things that I want to see in NBA 2K16. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and just tell me your guys' thoughts about what you want in 2K16, some things you want to see, maybe some things you don't want to see. Anyways, I'm yours truly, and I was your commentator for this one, and I will see you guys next time.